Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So I'm going to do our second results from the World Cup, covering the end of group stage matches, the first group stage matches for all groups, and talking about some of the ones that have happened for match day 2 already. We've got a couple of more shocks, some really big ones actually, and some surprising results. Some teams are massively overperforming, others are underperforming. But also it is about 28 degrees and I've got the window closed and the fans turned off and the doors closed to make sure we're not interrupted by anyone outside, which means I am boiling hot again, guys, so I'm going to do a shorter video possibly. Well, I'm planning on, but you know how much I talk, so let's get on with it. This ASMR video is talking about the World Cup, we're talking about results, and we've got quite a few to get through. So, current as of Monday at 10 to 10, just before France play their second game, which at this rate I'm probably going to miss the beginning of. Here are the results for the World Cup. So we have in Group A, Mexico are top and qualified. Congratulations, felicitaciones to Mexico. South Korea are in second place, probably through, but it does depend on the last match now. They've got South Africa, so South Korea against South Africa next. Czechia have to win against Mexico in order to get out of the group. I don't think even a draw with 2 points will be enough. Okay, Group 2, Canada on 4 points, Switzerland on 4 points. They face each other in the next round to find out. They're both through at this point. Who goes through in first place? Bosnia and Qatar with everything to play for in third and fourth. Brazil and Morocco with 4 points each. They're almost definitely through to the next round. Even if Scotland were to beat Brazil, I think 4 points would be more than enough. Come on, the Scots. And Haiti are out. They are officially out because Morocco have 4 points and Scotland have 3. So even if Haiti beats Morocco, then on the head-to-head with Scotland, they would finish below them now because they lost to them on match day 1. Therefore, Haiti are officially out of the World Cup. USA definitely through, not definitely on in first place though. They could actually come as low as third in this crazy group that I was very nonchalant about when I did my predictions. I was like, oh, Turkey are going to come top, and USA will come second, and Paraguay will come last. And it is so strange, this group. So Turkey are officially out for that reason I said earlier on. Even if Turkey hammer USA 10-0, which at this point in time is never going to happen, then it doesn't matter because it's not about goal difference anymore. It's about the head-to-head, and they've lost to both of the other teams that could finish with only 3 points who face each other. So if they get a draw, Turkey would be out anyway, but Turkey are out, which is a massive shock. I cannot believe they've had about 60 shots in 2 games and haven't scored. It's unbelievable. Okay, Group E, Germany definitely through. Ivory Coast, very unfortunate to not get that win the other night. Germany came back into it, showed some pedigree, I have to say, but Ivory Coast were really impressive for the second consecutive match. Didn't deserve to lose that match at all. I have quite a lot of German subscribers, so I wonder if you agree with me. Do you think that Germany was kind of lucky to get that win? I think Ivory Coast missed a lot of good chances. Ecuador, they're going to have to beat Germany to get through, and I said, I made that absolutely bold and frankly stupid claim that they would make it to a semi-final, and they aren't even going to get to the group at this point. Curacao also in a similar position, but well done to them for the draw. Netherlands and Japan on 4. Sweden struggling to qualify. They're going to have to try and get something out of the Japan game, but Japan look really good at this point. Netherlands switch things around. We'll talk about that game in a minute. Looked so much better. Tunisia, terrible. 8. -8 is their goal difference. New manager, same old problems, terrible defence. And Egypt top of the group, unbelievable. New Zealand unlucky, but Egypt figured them out in the second half. I'll go through all the results in a second. We'll talk about it in depth. Belgium struggling. I did in a very spiteful way back when Belgium beat Wales to the top spot by 2 points, because they narrowly beat us in that game in Belgium, in Brussels. And I said at that time, oh, I don't think Belgium are going to do anything. And since then, I think they have improved. But let me tell you, without Jeremy Doku, they just can't score. It's really bizarre. And fair play to Iran. I think Iran are going to get through. I said that they would go second in the group. And at this point in time, I think they might. Spain, thank God, finally found their rhythm. No thanks to, well, all the thanks, in fact, to Yamal. Uruguay still struggling. I said that they would go quite far in the competition. I really doubt it. Bielsa ball is not working. Cape Verde doing so well. I'm so proud of them. Saudi Arabia still in with a chance. Currently, Group I, because the games are going to be played in a moment, you will know the results of these when you see this video tomorrow. Norway are top, France. So these are the two. This is the group hasn't played a second match yet. Senegal and Iraq. At the bottom of the group, Argentina have just won. Messi has broken the world record, or the record of the World Cup for most goals from a single player. I think we're on 17 or 18, I've lost count. He scored another brace in today's match. Superb. How lucky are we to be in the Messi era? But we all know that Mbappe is probably going to catch him up, even maybe in this tournament. If not, then probably the next one. Austria are very plucky, and Jordan and Algeria will be played in the early hours of tonight. And these groups have only played one match each. Colombia look good, Congo look really good, Portugal underwhelming, Uzbekistan brave as I expected them to be, England look magnificent, we'll talk about that in a second. Ghana snuck a win against a Panama side that tried everything but just couldn't score. Croatia looked shocking at the back. We'll talk about tactics in a second. So currently, if we were to stop everything, which this is going to change so much, but the best placed third teams at the moment are Sweden, Scotland, Paraguay, Cape Verde, Belgium, Portugal, Czechia and Ecuador. Bosnia, Panama, Jordan and Senegal would miss out, but there's a lot of games to be played before then. Okay, let's talk results then. I'm trying to think. I finished off around here, I believe. I think I got to there in the last video. Okay, so I said a couple of things. I recall, actually, I remember saying about Spain, I remember talking about Sweden and Belgium. So Iran, New Zealand, absolutely brilliant. Oh, I think maybe this had even happened, but anyway, if I'm repeating myself, I apologise. Iran, New Zealand, one of the best games of the tournament so far, just so end to end. France finally came to life in the second half to beat a very quality Senegal team, and Norway undid all of the hard work and graft and sweat from the Iraqi team, who were fantastic, but I think the scoreline flattered them a little bit, but they still were very good. Okay, and then on to Argentina, obviously 3-0, Messi hat-trick, looked absolutely imperious against an Algeria team that I said would go, quite well in this group, so that's a bit of a shock. Austria, Jordan, Austria with this high press, I've said that they would be extremely successful in the group stage and then be absolutely knackered in the heat by the time they reach the knockout, and that looks about right. They looked very good against Argentina tonight. Portugal, Congo. On paper, this Congo team's pretty decent. Wissa had the game of his season, like nothing we've seen at Newcastle this season. And Wan-Bissaka as well was absolutely fantastic. So on paper, this is a really good quality team. They all play, I'll show you, club. This is the FotMob. People keep asking me. FotMob, FOTMOB app, and it's totally free. So yeah, you can look at the clubs. We've got some players for Lille, West Ham, Burnley. Premier League teams, Lens, French teams. Plays in Greece, Watford, Newcastle, Real Betis. So really good top teams. That's a Polish, is that a Wash? Yeah, Łódź. So, who does he play for? Le Havre? Yes, Le Havre. And they really, I suppose the debating point about this is, I've said before that if teams sort of dig in, Portugal do find it difficult to break them down. It took them a while to figure that out, and they did take Bernardo Silva off for some width in the second half with Conceição. Didn't quite work. He was getting down the byline and breaking through the last line of defence and getting behind, but his final ball wasn't good enough. And I think, some people have murmured, and I've got a Portuguese friend and he agrees, that Ronaldo the system is made for him to score goals, and if he's not scoring, then no one else does. So I'd like to see Roberto Martinez be a little bit more savvy in the next game, and if it's not working, just take him off. It's going to be a brave man that does that, but he doesn't rule the team, and if you want to get to the finals, Portugal think they can win this competition. On paper, they can win this competition, but if it's not working, they need to make changes. Yeah. Oh, and then that match. What's that loading thing? Let me just sort that out. Hang on. So I said that Croatia would probably get a draw and finish above England in the group. I'm eating my words because that was the best England performance I've seen in years and years. Harry Kane looked really good. Bellingham looked fantastic. Rashford even came on and did a cameo. They were absolutely all over them. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Is it Livakovic or Livakovic? One of you will tell me in the comments. I can't believe they gave him a 6.5. He was like the only thing between it being about 7-2. And the two goals came from absolutely nowhere for Croatia. 0.7, 3.2 expected goals, and yeah, if it wasn't for the goalkeeper, it did say a lot about England's defence actually. It looked a little bit shaky, but that's hypercritical because their midfield and up front was just incredible. So as much as I am a Welshman and I'm not supporting England, but I have to say with a performance like that, and we have to keep it in perspective that it is one game, but the rest of the group is not good. Like Ghana-Panama, I watched that match, it was terrible. The quality, there was just no quality. Even Semenyo just can't, it doesn't fit in to the tactics very well. England is going to absolutely destroy those two teams, and they are going to be heading into the knockout round with supreme confidence. And I think that England in the knockout stages is a very difficult beast nowadays to deal with. So yeah, I think at this point in time, England are going to go on a run, but we'll see. Spain had a terrible first game, rectified in the second game. Maybe England will drop off in the next two games. I don't think so, but you never know. Let's not say that they've won the competition after one game, but still, it was an impressive match against a very good, on paper, Croatia team. It talks about Ghana-Panama, poor match. I actually went to bed because I was so bored, and they scored in injury time. This Jurench, who is coveted by Man United, playing in Denmark at the moment. I didn't spoil the result for myself, and I watched this back the next morning when I got up. So plucky, Uzbekistan, so proud of you. I've watched Uzbekistani football for years. I always used to play as them on Football Manager, got them to the World Cup myself one day. They've had, very similar to Wales, lots of nearly misses, missing out on the World Cup on goal difference, head-to-head results. I was watching something the other week that said that this one time they had a match, and afterwards they agreed, they complained about a refereeing decision, and the referees union were like, yeah, you're right, actually we'll replay the match. And they were like, no, we were just complaining about the decision, and they replayed the match and they lost it, even though they'd won it the first time, but not by this extra goal that was ruled offside or something. Like something along the lines of they should have won 3-0, they won 2-0, and then they were like, no, you have to play it again, and they lost 1-0, and it was like, oh, for goodness, and like you couldn't make it up how many times they've nearly got to the World Cup. But yeah, it's an exciting time in Uzbek football, Uzbek sport in general. They came like 12th in the Olympics. Their target is to pump money in, resources, training. They want to be a top 10 Olympics team in the next Olympics and onwards. So there's an exciting time for Uzbekistani sport. But Colombia are class, and Luis Diaz in particular, like what a player. Always nice to see James Rodriguez as well, but they've got quality in every department. I was very, very impressed. Uzbekistan, had they been in a different group, I think they would have had different fortunes, but this is a very tricky group. They're up against Portugal tomorrow night, so yeah, an angry Portugal team as well. This was another game that lacked quality. 1-1 between South Africa and Czechia. Very lucky penalty, I have to be honest. If I were Czech, I'd be fuming. Switzerland, Bosnia, didn't see that coming. I thought it would be a draw. But the second half substitute and the red card changed the match completely. So Switzerland getting back in their groove after a terrible opening result against Qatar. Oh, I don't even know where to begin with this match. I was kind of watching it thinking, what am I watching? If Canadians are just getting into football, or soccer as you guys call it, and you think that this was a normal match of football, it isn't. This is like a 1 in a million. 6 goals, 2 red cards, a broken leg. It was like literally just chaos, fighting constantly. There was an argument between the managers when Lopetegui threatened to call his lawyer on Jesse Marsh. Honestly, it was just the most bizarre spectacle. So yeah, well done to Canada. Qatar were just, I don't know how they picked themselves up after that. So at least Bosnia are going to go in thinking that they can get a good result against Qatar in the next match to try and qualify. But oh my god, what an insane match of football. Okay, and then match day 2 for Group A was a weird one. This was quite a boring match, and I was looking forward to it because I support both teams. But it was super boring. A mistake from the goalkeeper allowed Roma to score. Mexico for the second game in a row. I want to say that they haven't got out of first gear. Like, it's not that they're a bad team, but they're kind of not even trying. I just think they should try and wow the fans. I made excuses for them in match day 1, saying, oh, you know, it was opening match, they were nervous, it was hot, a lot of pressure, but it was just the same. And Korea, rather than play exactly as they played in the first match against Czechia, passing it around in little triangles, long balls over the top, it was just long balls, like, to no one. Like, what are you doing? It was absolutely bizarre. It lacked any cohesion, rhythm, or quality, and I stayed up to watch it, so I was quite angry. But yeah, Mexico through, so well done. Korea should hopefully bounce back and do better in the next match. I thought the Aussies would draw, but USA got 2 goals, so it was 2-0. I didn't watch this match, but from what I understand from the highlights and everything, it was like a bit unlucky for Australia, but at the same time they didn't do enough to win. So not the end of the world for Australia. They've still got another chance, but USA are through now, so well done to them. Oh, and then Scotland. That was a penalty at the end, wasn't it? I think basically the person on ITV they get the referee in, and they say, oh, what do you think about that decision? And the referee was like, yeah, there was a mistake on the field. The referee should have called it, and VAR made a mistake. So I think that it might be one of the first mistakes of VAR in the entire competition so far, because I've been so impressed with it. It's been so slick, so quick, and really good for like incorrectly awarded corners. I've seen a lot of them, and check-in yellow cards and stuff. Seamless, but yeah, in this one they really let the Scots down, and it's so important for them. You know, this is like the first time in 20 odd years or whatever they've made it to the World Cup. It is really important that they get those decisions right. So I'm really sorry, Scotland. You started slowly, but you matched Morocco all the way through. You're excellent. Really good luck against Brazil. Maybe even a draw will be enough. Maybe even a 1-0 loss might be enough. So as long as they keep it tight like they did in that match, I think they'll be fine. Brazil tried to show some of their quality, and Cunha starting instead up front was a good choice. Vinicius had a nice game as well, good goal. Haiti obviously were expecting a result like this, but Haiti did it as best as they could. Obviously another absolute shocker for Turkey. My mate is Turkish and he's absolutely beside himself. You know, Turkey out already is absolutely shocking, but the manner of the defeat, you know, the expected goals, oops, the expected goals being like 2 point something, 2.17, 32 shots on target, no goals. Like they were missing from 5 yards out and stuff. What are they doing? So he reckons that Montella is going to be sacked as soon as the competition ends. I'm surprised they didn't sack him already, to be honest, by the way that some of the other games have been going. But I know he's not a popular guy anyway. I think he plays really attractive attacking football, but I think the Turkish team are sick of him. They have really, really high expectations, and this has not come anywhere close. So yeah, Paraguay, well done. But first red card for a player in a dispute to cover their mouth, and so it was an automatic red card. I didn't like the way that Mulder dealt with it. Like he sort of went, ref, look, he covered his mouth, and got him sent off in that way. But we don't know what he said to Mert either. So yeah, so he shouldn't have done that. I can't believe Almiron was so stupid, but there we go. What a game. Proby starting up front was absolute genius from Kumon, and they had 3 balls from the sidelines that Sweden just didn't learn from. Their defence was terrible. Out wide, they were showing that they were playing a back 5, were playing really tight back 5 rather than expansive, and so the Netherlands were playing wingers and wing backs, and they were just like running around the 5 at the back and getting behind them. Just bizarre decision making. Graham Potter does some really weird things sometimes, doesn't he? Like, learn from the first time, maybe the second time, but not the third time. Elanga with a lovely ball over the top to him, and he raced off and scored. But yeah, Netherlands were absolutely all over them. I think, as much as I am a fan of Donny Mala, Robbie is definitely the choice up front, and then Somerville on the right and Gakpo on the left. That seems to be the best combination for me, so I think Somerville should start the next match because he was excellent, and apparently like everyone's after his transfer now. We're talking about Paris Saint-Germain all of a sudden, for example. And then, as I hinted, Ivory Coast very unlucky to lose against Germany. They were winning, they looked fantastic, but this Dennis Undav scoring rate is like insane. Let me see if I can find him. So his scoring rate is, let me see if I can, so club, national team, he's got 6 goals in 5 matches in 2026, and overall in 11 matches he's got 9 goals and 4 assists. That's like Ronaldo levels of scoring. That's incredible. So why isn't he starting? Like, why is he on the bench? Yeah, so you know, Germany through already, and despite the lack of confidence that their own fans have in them, I think they're actually looking really good. Because in my opinion, Ivory Coast were a good test. Oh, talking about tests, test my patience. Ecuador couldn't score in a month of Sundays. Honestly, they could have played for 3 days and Ecuador still wouldn't have scored. Yeah, so I backed the wrong horse here. I'm eating my own words, but I'm doing it very early on. I don't think there's any comeback from this. They're a good team, and they got good players, and they play really nice football, but they just can't put it in the back of the net. And Curaçao deservedly got a point. In the end, I was thinking to myself, as much as I really like this Ecuador team and I want them to get out of the group and go far, I'm quite enjoying watching this robust defence from Curaçao, to be honest. So yeah, Curaçao, did I say Cape Verde? Curaçao did brilliantly, and I'm really chuffed that they got a point. Fantastic for them. Japan demolished Tunisia. They looked fantastic. Ueda got 2 goals, so he's up and running as well. Kamada got his 2nd goal in as many games now because he scored against the Netherlands. So well done to Japan. They look seriously good. I really worry about Sweden in the next match. Spain were literally all over Saudi Arabia. It was a bloodbath. And Saudi Arabia lucky to just have 4, to be honest with you. thank goodness Spain started to show their absolute quality. And yeah, more of the same please in the next match, and hopefully we can get Nico Williams fit and get him playing on the left wing as well, and then we're good to go. Good to go home might be Belgium for the second FIFA World Cup in a row. Iran were fantastic, and to be honest, I think they deserved to win it at certain points. They had a goal ruled out from Taremi for offside. No argument, it is the correct decision. And there was an excellent save by the goalkeeper from De Kuyper on the left wing, down the other end. But yeah, Belgium looked really devoid of confidence without Doku, who's ill, but also might have to leave the camp for the birth of his first child, which some people have criticised him for in the media. I don't know how I feel about that, but he certainly doesn't deserve to be criticised. If you don't agree with the decision and you wouldn't do the same in his shoes, then that's absolutely fine. But like, some people's reactions have been totally over the top about it. But equally, Lukaku is not fit. And then Uruguay, Cape Verde were just fantastic, and I think they deserved the point. They were the opposite to last time. They were amazing in defence last time. This time they were actually excellent in the counter-attack, and Uruguay didn't know how to deal with them, particularly in the first half, and it was a well-earned point. I think fair result, but Uruguay have to now beat Spain in order to get through, or could they do with a draw? Yeah, a draw might be enough for them because they'd have 0 goal difference, but it's in the hands of the gods at that point as well. So yeah, really, really poor performance, and the team rumoured to not be very happy with Marcelo Bielsa, and you can see that it's just not working, the tactics aren't working, so yeah, it's not great. New Zealand were winning and looking good, but Egypt woke up in the second half, and a change in tactics, putting different players in different positions up front, really worked for them, and they ripped New Zealand apart. A little bit of controversy on the Salah goal, because a player was fouled, but if the foul wasn't given, he had to leave the pitch to change his shorts because they were ripped by the studs. Then someone gave him the wrong shorts, and so they wouldn't let him back on until he changed the number on his shorts, and oh my god. So yeah, they were a bit angry about that, but I think on balance, Egypt did brilliantly, and I think they're through. So much so, in fact, that, you know, they might finish top of this group, and I said that they would go through in third, because I thought they would beat New Zealand. The Iran-Egypt match is going to be very interesting. I think if Iran draw it again, we're in the same situation there. You know, Iran will have 3 points, might get through at least in third spot, and then Belgium will probably beat New Zealand, and they will have 5 points, so the head-to-head is null because they drew, so it's down to goal difference, so it really matters. Yeah, a lot can happen. This group is all up for grabs, isn't it? And then this afternoon's result, or this evening's result, Argentina beating a plucky Austria team, Messi breaking that record. He missed a penalty as well, so he could have had a second hat-trick in as many games. How old is he? Like, he's insane. And they showed his touch map at the end of the first half. He was everywhere, and people just can't even deal with him. He's a magician, I think. So yeah, Argentina not showing any signs of slowing down. I think Austria were a very good test because they're a very decent team. But Argentina passed the test, so that's good. And this match hasn't updated because it has started, so it's not spoiling it for me. I'm going to leave myself in suspense and go down and watch the rest of the match now, I think. And then tomorrow we've got England, Norway, my little plucky Uzbekistan is against Portugal, Colombia second game, and then the final group matches start. So we're going to have Bosnia playing Qatar and Switzerland and Canada at the same time, and then in the evening, come on, Scotland against Brazil, and then on to the rest of the matches as well. Cool. Okay, I hope you're enjoying everything so far. Don't forget to give this video a like, comment on what you've seen so far, tell me all about England, USA, Germany, how do you think everyone's doing, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Don't miss out on these weekly videos. Okay, thank you so much for watching everyone, take care, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye 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 bye.